Hello everybody and welcome to the Anvil of Dawn review. Anvil of Dawn is an RPG made by Dreamforge Entertainment back in 1995. The game takes place in the lands of Tempest, where a warlord has taken extreme and dark measures in order to gain a gift from the dark gods, the gift known as the Dark Slag. With the Dark Slag he gains huge amounts of power, enough to make him practically immortal, and using it he begins his conquest over Tempest, leaving death, destruction and monsters in his wake. The Queen of Tempest gathers 5 great heroes, each with their own talents, and it is here that you choose which hero it is that you play the game as. Upon choosing your hero, the game begins, as does your journey to stop the warlord. You must travel through the lands of Tempest, completing tasks, puzzles, and fighting against a large bestiary of enemies. Along the way you meet a number of colourful and unusual characters which you can converse with, some more deadly and dark than others, while some help you in your quest any way that they can by giving you information. Along the way you find various different weapons and spells, and the beauty about Anvil of Dawn when it comes to this is that you are not restricted in any shape or form. No matter the character you choose, you still have the full array of weapons and spells at your disposal, though different characters have different strengths with different forms of combat. But no matter the class you choose, they can still become extremely powerful in any of the combat arts, with a magic and melee combat experience system. Each location you journey to is very different from each other, offering a very unique setting, atmosphere, monsters, secrets and puzzles to figure out, along with an amazing soundtrack that fits in perfectly with the settings of each level, adding to the atmosphere. The monsters in the game are amazingly detailed for a game of its time, and come in all sorts of shapes, forms and colours, and some just damn pure creepy. But I dare not even begin to name the large bestiary that this game has, as it would take quite some time. The combat in the game is smooth in real-time based form, allowing for you to avoid attacks by backstepping upon enemies making an attack. The most impressive thing about the combat here is the hit reactions. Whenever you hit an enemy, it feels you are truly hurting them, with a pure example being the first enemy, the Sword Thane, that you fight. Each time you hit them, they stagger a bit, with blood flying through the air, making every hit feel like you are dishing out a whirl of pain, with it being extremely satisfying. Spells are separated into various magic types, which include fire, water, air, earth, flesh and void, with each of the magic arts being a skill that the player can increase per level gained in magic usage. The higher the skill level, the more efficient the spell and the quicker the spell is cast. The spells vary in the fashion. You can blast fireballs, freeze enemies on the spot, and even cast a spell that makes the enemy's blood begin to boil and cause damage over time, just to name a few. The storyline in this game is simply fantastically told, as you learn more and more about the Warlord's campaign as you travel through the lands. But not just that, but the huge amount of lore you learn about Tempest itself if you are willing to hear characters out. It is so well told that you can just feel how lively Tempest once was, and makes it feel like such a real place, unlike in a lot of other games, where you know it's just fiction and it never feels like anything more than that. This is where Anvil of Dawn truly shines, as it engrosses you so much into the game that you can feel you truly are there, and that Tempest is a living, breathing place that you are trying to save through its storytelling and lore. The NPCs that you come across in your journeys are all very unique, each with their own personalities. Some are good, some are much darker and sinister, but in order to reach your goal you sometimes have to deal with those dark entities and even bargain with them in one form or another. Each character has their own story as to how they are there in the world and what their purpose is or was before Warlord's campaign started. Anvil of Dawn is about as flawless as an RPG experience gets, with there being nothing really fault with the game, and it truly is an enjoyable journey from the very beginning to the very end, where indeed the time comes you feel somewhat disappointed that it is the end. With such a gripping storyline, big bestiary, puzzles and secrets to be found and solved, and characters of all shapes, sizes and personality, and combat that just grips you to the point that you feel the very blade in your hand, I have to give this game a 10 out of 10. This is by far the most gripping and enjoyable story-driven RPG I have played in years. And for a small fee of $5.99 US on GOG.com, where can you go wrong? If you love RPGs, and especially the old classics ones, or a damn good storyline, then you must get and play Anvil of Dawn immediately, as it is as best as a game can get. It is just simply fantastic from start to finish, and you will not be disappointed. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. As always, I'll put the link in the description below to where you can purchase Anvil of Dawn should you wish to get the game for yourself. If you're still unsure about purchasing the game, why not check out my Let's Play of the game and see for yourself just how much of a masterpiece this game truly is. Thank you again, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you, and have fun.